Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So in this lecture here, I'm going to show you how to combine multiple lists in Python, all right? So the first way that we could do this is by using the plus symbol. The plus symbol here would allow us to combine all these lists into a bigger one, all right? And that's the first way that we can actually do this. Now I'm going to show you different ways of doing this. So that way you never run out of options and you can master lists, all right? So if I do this, you can see that we have one main list down here, a big one here, all right? We have all this list that we are actually printing out right here, but you can see the big list is actually combined, all right? So another way that we could actually do this, let me just put this here, is by using this extend method. So let's say, for example, we want to extend the dealer A here. We want to extend it with another list. We could actually pass in that other list right here, and that would make a bigger list, right? It would put the dealer and dealer A and dealer B together in a list, and you can print that out, all right, if you want. Another way that we could do this is we can use unpacking in Python, all right? So let me show you this one as an example here in code so that way you can see it. So unpacking is this asterisk, right? And we can unpack everything on that list, all right? And we can do the same thing here for the dealer B. Let me just spell this correctly here. And that's unpacking. That's gonna put all these two lists here on this list, okay? And then here, what we could do, yeah, we can leave it like that. We can just add something to this list. Let's say Hyundai. Let me see how I spell that. Hyundai Sonata. Really good car, by the way. I have one of these cars. Unfortunately, where I live, there are a lot of holes on the street, and those holes, those big pots of emptiness messed up my car and I had to sell it. Yeah. So after extend here, let's just put this here so where you can see it, and we'll just display dealer A here. All right. So you can see how this actually looks after extending it, right? So this one I was going to say merge here. As a matter of fact, yeah, sorry about that. I was just in the wrong spot there. All right. Let me see what I did wrong here. I forgot a comma right here. Doing things a little bit too fast, but you can see here that we extended that to have not only the second list, but we also created a new item in that list, all right? All right. So what else can we do? Let's make this a little harder now. Let's go ahead and flatten this a little bit. So let's just say we have a nested list here. And let's just put, as a matter of fact, let me just copy this down from here. There we go. All right. So how can we make this flatten? How can we flatten this and make this a one dimension? All right. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop through this twice. Now I can show you the equivalent of this in a minute, so that way you guys can see the difference. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop through things twice here. I'm going to loop through the group. I'm going to create a group first. As a matter of fact, let me see. Let me see. No, that's fine. All right, in nested. All right, in nested. Just like that. And for car, in group. I'll show you in a minute. And by the way, guys, if you are, just overwhelmed a little bit and don't know what this actually is, I'm creating this on the spot. Okay? So remember that. So remember, I'm creating group on the spot, a dynamic variable, and another one. I'm creating it right here, okay? So you can see that there. So basically, I'm looping through this twice, and then that is going to become one list, all right? Instead of having multiple lists in there, it's just gonna become flat. So we can print this out, you can see it. We can print the nested. I'll show you the equivalent of that in a regular loop. All right, basically we're looping twice. And we'll do nested here. And here we'll do flat. We don't need a new line there, but we'll leave it there. That's fine. Alrighty. And as you can see here, that the nested one, you can see that big line right here, as a matter of fact, and right here, this is the nested one. And I actually have the same words here. This one should say flat. There we go. So it doesn't confuse you. All right, so you can see the nested with the two brackets, and you can see only one here. That means it's being flattened. All right, super cool. Let's go ahead and do this in a normal way so that way you guys understand 100% what I'm actually doing here. So to do something like that, that requires a couple lines, all right? So first we'll have a list here, and then we'll create that on the fly like we did before, just like that. So first loop right here, right? And then I'm gonna create a second loop here, and we're gonna create car for the group. And then we are gonna use flat, and we're gonna append that first one there. Simple as that. Okay, so this would be the outer loop here. We're gonna loop through and create a group. All right, so this would be the sub list. All right, and this will be the inner loop here. Okay, which would be a car in that group. Okay, and that is going to append the car to that list. Okay, super cool, to the flat list that we have out here. So that's what we're doing here, guys. I hope that you guys understand now what combining lists actually looks like in Python, and how flattened lists actually looks like in Python. And I show you two different ways here. All right, just doing this here, list comprehension, right? And using the regular way. Got it? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this. And if you liked it, give a like to the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next lecture. Take care.